Now I'm at Motoverse 2025, which is Royal Enfield's annual festival of music, madness, and obviously motorcycles. And the biggest unveil, I think, has to be this, the Bullet 650. Now the Bullet 650 was unveiled at EICMA a few weeks ago, but this is the first time it's making an appearance on Indian soil. And this is the first time the Bullet name has Royal Enfield's 650cc engine, twin cylinder, the entire platform. Now the Bullet is special because it's one of the longest continuous motorcycle nameplates that has been in production. In fact, the motorcycle Bullet has been in production continuously since 1932, which is why this model here speaks to the heritage of the brand. Now exactly what are those old school elements that we are raving about? Let's check them out. Now obviously, like any Bullet, it's got a round headlamp at the front, but this one's got an LED unit over here, which we've seen on modern Royal Enfields. Apart from that, you've also got those two pilot lamps on either side of the headlamp, which is obviously a typical Bullet element that we've seen on so many motorcycles over the years. Apart from that, the Bullet name also means that this motorcycle gets the handcrafted touch. And what I mean by that is that if I come over here and I show you the tank, these pinstripes, they are hand painted by technicians, by craftsmen at the Royal Enfield factory. It's the old Royal Enfield logo as well over here, which you get to see here on the side box. And obviously this one single stepped seat, which has again been a traditional element of the Bullet. Now some of the things obviously have changed because this is a bigger Bullet. Let's talk about the mechanicals, specifically the tires and the wheels over here. You've got a 19-inch wheel at the front with a 100 section tire and a 90 profile. Obviously you can see the spoke wheels over here. At the rear, again, you've got spoked wheels, but it's an 18-inch tire. It's got a 140 section and a 70 profile. You've got disc brakes at the front and at the rear. And obviously that's to enhance the stopping power of this motorcycle because it now packs in a lot more power. The 650cc engine as much has not really changed. Obviously you get to see this new oil cooler over here, which is because of the 650cc engine. You've not seen it on a Bullet before. And with that, we're done walking around the new Bullet 650. I really want you to tell me what you think about this latest Bullet, and does the 650cc upgrade to the Bullet name really make a difference? Are you someone who's really interested in a motorcycle like this? But it's not the only interesting motorcycle that Royal Enfield has on show here at 2025 Motoverse. I'm going to take you to the Flying Flea Cafe next, where we'll be checking out their future. That means the electric prototype. Now on our way to the Flying Flea Cafe, we've run into this, the Himalayan Mana Black Edition. And let's talk about this motorcycle. What's really new over here? First of all, mechanically, things remain unchanged over here. You've got the same 452cc engine and a 6-speed manual gearbox. But what Royal Enfield has done is taken inspiration from Mana Pass, which is one of the most toughest motorcycling routes in India. Now, this motorcycle gets an all-black treatment. I'll start from the front over here. So you've got a new front fender over here. It's suited for off-road riding. You're supposed to have a hand guard over here, which is missing on this motorcycle, but that is also a part of the standard package, which is the Mana Black package. Apart from that, you've also got this new rear section over here, gives the motorcycle a more chunky look, and everything you see apart from the exhaust has been blacked out. Really, I think the exhaust being blacked out would have really given this motorcycle even more character, but well, that's for another time. Now, this motorcycle is about 17,000 rupees more expensive than the standard Himalayan 450. That's about 3.37 lakh rupees ex-showroom, the price of this motorcycle. And Royal Enfield also says that the weight has gone down by a kilo because of restructuring done to the rear end. And the ergonomics of the motorcycle have been improved for better off-road riding. Now, what's your take on this? This was a quick take from us on the Himalayan Mana Black. Do let us know in the comments below, and let's head on to the Flying Flea Cafe. Now, those of you who've been waiting for Royal Enfield electrification era with bated breath, your prayers have been answered, because at Motoverse 2025, the brand has revealed not one but two of the electric prototypes. They're called the Flying Flea S6 and the Flying Flea C6. What's the difference? Let's take a look at the motorcycles and find out. Now, it's the first Flying Flea motorcycle I have to show you. This is the Flying Flea S6 and it's the off-road oriented version. Over here you can see, first of all, let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that's this, the battery pack. It's quite slim, to be honest. It's been nestled nicely in the frame of the motorcycle, and you can see these air fins over here. Now, air-cooled engines had these fins years ago. Everyone's shifted to liquid cooling now, but it's a nice thing to see RE pay homage to their roots and to incorporate these airplanes, which are actually not just for form, but they're also for function. That means they help cool the battery pack. As far as the electric powertrain is concerned, we don't really have any details about it. RE has not given us out that. But what we can look over here is that you've got a chain drive, which is and a big sprocket on the rear wheel, so torque is not going to be an issue. The motorcycle in all is a very slim motorcycle, and I really love the fact that it's got this rally style seat here. That means you can ride up onto the tank and really hustle this motorcycle around an off-road course. Now let's take a look at the front section of the motorcycle over here. You've got these spoked wheels. Now if I can see correctly, this is a 19-inch wheel at the front. It's a golden rim. The spoke wheel looks really good, and it's obviously going to help with grip off-road. It's going to help with endurance off-road. It's going to be strong off-road. So that's a big plus, and you can see from right here that this motorcycle is really geared towards making sure that you have a really good time off the tarmac. You've got an upside down fork over here. You've got a fork cover which is finished in a carbon fiber kind of finish. It does really look cool. Really don't know if that will make it for the production motorcycle. A similar thing can be seen here. It's a raised fender like you see on off-road motorcycles, and it's got a carbon fiber finish as well. There's an LED headlight over here. We don't really know how it's going to look like because we haven't switched on the motorcycle at all. Coming to the rider controls UOC over here, there's a round digital screen. Now Royal Enfield has not really switched it on for us, so we don't know what that looks like. But I'm expecting with the new direction the company is taking, the graphics at least will be really good to look at. Apart from that, you've got these hand guards over here protecting the levers. And I have to say this, that the switchgear quality is different. It's anything we've seen from any Royal Enfield motorcycle. And it feels good to use. I'm not sure if this is again a production spec thing that will make it to the production motorcycle. But the switchgear over here, there's lots of buttons to use. So I'm guessing there'll be a lot of electronic controls on this motorcycle that you'll be able to take care of. But exactly what it will be, that we'll find out later. Now, as we move towards the back, the carbon fiber theme continues. You can see it on the tank, you can see it on this panel here, you can see it on this rear panels over here. The motorcycle actually does not have a lot of body panels, but the ones that are there have been shaped really well. You've got this rear section over here. The brakes, I forgot to mention, are by Bray. And you've got this, again, spoke wheel, golden rim setup at the back. And the rear shock absorber is also actually finished in golden. So this bike has got this golden and black finish going on. It looks really cool. And the chunky, knobby tires do mean that you will have no dearth of grip when you go off the tarmac. And lastly, the wheel size at the rear, it's an 18. So this motorcycle is running a 19-inch front and an 18-inch rear setup. Now, I want you to tell me, what do you really think what this motorcycle will finally be like when we get to ride it? Let me know in the comments below. And now let's move on to the Flying Flea C6, which is the more road-going version of this motorcycle. Now, I've already shown you what the off-road focused Flying Flea is like. This one is for the road. It's called the Flying Flea C6. And there's major differences between the two. Now, obviously, up front you've got an LED headlight like the one on the S6, but this one has the enclosure of its own. It stands out. And this entire front section here, you see this frame, that's completely new. That was not there on the S6. So this is going to be, I mean, it's a choice that Royal Enfield has made. How it'll work, we'll obviously know in the future, but it looks damn good. Let me know about that in the comments below. The suspension here, well, it's a spring type suspension at the front. You don't really see it on motorcycles nowadays. So that's a bit of an anomaly. Exactly how this setup is going to work, we'll find out more when we do ride the motorcycle, which is not going to be at Motoverse. Let's talk about the tires over here. So over there you saw off-road chunky tires, but over here you get road bias tires from Seat, and it's a 19-inch wheel at the front with a shiny, nice green alloy wheel. I think it's a bold choice, definitely looks really good. But yeah, taking care of it is going to be a little bit difficult. Now let's move up towards the motorcycle, and over here you get to see similar switchgear as the S6, a similar screen, but you don't have handguards over here for the levers, so that's how you differentiate it from the S6. And if you look at this tank over here, it's again got that nice green color. It's similar to a British racing green. Looks really good. I'm kind of drooling over the motorcycle over here. Also, before I missed upon showing you how you actually start the motorcycle. We can't start it, but we do know how it happens. There's a button right here for that one. Press this and things will happen, obviously. Doesn't look like there's a key slot, so this could be a fob-based system where you don't really need a key to start the motorcycle. Now come here at the back. We already covered the battery pack earlier. It's again a similar battery pack with air fins and everything over here. Don't really know the details of this, but let's come to the seat over here. Now the S6 had a full rally style seat, and honestly, that was more to my liking. This is like a motorcycle that's there for cruising on the road with only one seat. The seat's a bit small, to be really honest. Could have been a bit larger, but I think it does go with the whole look of the motorcycle, and it does give it that identity that you can just use in Royal Enfield to cruise on the streets. I think it's just going for that. Come here, obviously this entire rear section is exposed because you've got no seating here, and you've got the shock absorber coming in here at an angle. It's obviously a monoshock. The fender here is a proper full one. You've got like a gloss finish on this, and the wheels again green in color. And the big difference over here is that even the rear wheel on the C6 is a 19-inch wheel, so the ride is going to be even both at the front and the back, unlike the S6 we had seen upstairs, which obviously had an 18-inch at the back and a 19 at the front, more biased towards off-road riding. So that was it from the Flying Flea Cafe at Motoverse 2025, where I showed you the two Flying Flea motorcycles that are on display. Which one tickled your fancy? Do let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching.